So we have been talking about the elements of art in class, and we've talked about lines, we've talked about shapes, we have talked about using space, and now we are going to talk about texture. We are going to learn what texture is, and then we are going to use texture in our artwork. So texture describes the surface quality of an object. Artists use both actual texture and implied texture in artwork. So we are going to talk about two different types of texture. Actual texture, which is how things feel, and implied texture, which is how things look like they feel. So this is actual texture. This is things that we can feel. Now let's look at some cotton. What do you think this cotton feels like? Let's take a look at a piece of a cardboard box. This is the inside of a box. What do you think this feels like? It looks completely different from the piece of cotton, but what do you think it feels like just by looking at the surface? Here's another object. This is a piggy bank. What do you think this piggy bank feels like just by looking at the surface? Now let's look at an apple. What do you think this apple feels like just by looking at the surface? And then compare it to something like a beet. These two objects look different. How do you think they feel different? Take, for example, a stuffed animal. Just by looking at it, what do you think it feels like? Think about just different objects. And then here's a slice from a tree. So what do you think this feels like? It has two different types of surfaces. Now we're going to talk about implied texture. So implied texture is how things look like they feel. So that is the way we draw it. So now we're going to draw implied texture. So if we draw a cat and we want to imply it has fur, we're going to draw little lines that make it look like it's furry. Just like a mouse or a yarn ball, you can make it look like it has texture. Another image we're going to draw is a little image of an armadillo. It is going to have scales, so we're going to draw scales. We're going to draw some cactus, which are prickly, and then some rocks, which are hard. So we're going to just draw different types of texture. We are also going to draw the bottom of the ocean, a little fish, and it has scales on it. We're going to draw some sea stars. We can draw some texture on them. We can draw some rock, something hard. And then the last image is just an image of two little penguins. They're hanging out. We're going to draw some soft snow and then a really slippery ice rink. So implied texture. We are going to draw this image so that we can practice drawing fur on some animals. So we're going to start by drawing the cat's head. You're going to draw a letter U on your paper. Alright, you're going to add the little ears, some pointy ears, add a little detail inside. You're going to draw some eyes that are oval, long oval eyes. Alright, and then you can finish the eyes real quick. Then you're going to draw a little triangle nose that's upside down. You're going to draw a little line, and then you're going to finish his little mouth. Add some details, some whiskers, and then move on to the body. So just keep following through with the video. So now that you have drawn the cat, you can go back and add some little lines so that the cat looks like it is covered in fur. So these little lines are going to make it look like the cat has fur. You're going to do the same thing to the little mouse. When we talked about space, we talked about filling up our entire paper with artwork. So now we're going to add the background. So now we are going to draw the bottom of the ocean. We're going to draw a little fish and some sea corals and some seaweed. So we'll start off by drawing this shape in the middle. So once you're done drawing your fish, you can go and add some details in the background, like some coral. Don't forget to add some lines so it looks like it has texture. You can also add some seaweed, add some rocks, but make sure that you're including some lines inside to imply texture. So now we're going to draw this little armadillo in the desert, and we're going to start by drawing the little body, which is like a U shape, and then this curved straight line underneath. So you're going to keep following with the video, and so we're going to keep drawing. We're going to draw his little ear in the background and then his ear in the foreground. Now you're going to go in there and draw some scales. So I'm going to go in so that it looks like it has some texture, and I'm just going to draw a couple scales on his body. So now we're going to draw a cactus in the background, and we want to make sure that it looks like it is prickly. So we're going to draw that with some implied texture. And then our last drawing is going to be two little penguins, and they are just in the snow having fun. So you're going to start off by drawing a big oval. This is going to be your first penguin. and then we're gonna draw the rink. And then after that, go in and add some details, add some snow, make it look like it's soft.